Such weird times we're in. Every time I think that I am done covering Gotham Knights, every time I think, that's it for the post-launch content, we've gotten heroic assaults, that's it. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. And yeah, you might remember a little while back on this channel when I was covering Gotham Knights that we all got very excited for a moment. We all thought that maybe there was going to be some new DLC added into the game, as there were some hints online from WB Montreal. And unfortunately, or even a little bit fortunately, I guess you could say, they did add something new to the game. It was a brand new heroic assault that featured the same side villains that you fight in the base game. So there was a new heroic assault called the Kelvin Incident, where you fight Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, and of course Clayface. And I'll still stand by and die on the hill that the side content in Gotham Knights was pretty decent, honestly, and having the opportunity to jump in with 4 of my friends and be able to face off against these crazy villains, not too bad. Of course, we all would have loved if they were going to be adding new content in the game for it to be a new hero that we get to play as, new villains that we get to face off against, or even like story DLC in some way, or of course the coveted Batman prequel DLC that we all want. And I'd say it feels like those days are gone, but there's some interesting points I want to make throughout this video, some evidence that Gotham Knights might have done better sales-wise than we may think. And some people were doing some reporting, and it may seem as though some new content could be on the way. And I know some of you guys don't like Gotham Knights, okay? You do not need to let me know about that. I'm already aware. So you don't need to type your comments saying you didn't like this game. I get it. But if you did like this game, and if you're looking forward to some new content potentially being added, well then share the excitement with me. Scroll down, hit the thumbs up button. And okay, let's get into this now. I want to start off by mentioning that we shouldn't get our hopes up, okay? The last time we did, it was just a heroic assault. It wasn't anything too massive, but people have noticed that the SteamDB page for Gotham Knights has been getting a ton of updates recently. Even if you check it right now, you can see that it was updated as early as today. And I had no idea what that means, but a lot of people online are saying that usually what that means is that they're doing stuff on the back end to prepare for an actual content launch of some kind. Now, to my understanding, it doesn't always necessarily mean new content is being added. Sometimes it could even mean that they're getting a patch prepared. Maybe there's some bugs that are still lingering for Gotham Knights that they want to put out a fix for so that people can still enjoy their experience if they're still playing the game. But the last time that this did happen, we ended up getting the Kelvin Incident. We ended up getting a new heroic assault. So some people are crossing their fingers or having a little bit of intrigue that maybe we could get something similar to that. And of course, I would love to see it. Believe me, I think it would be super fun to jump back into this game and have some new content being added. I still stand by it's a 7 out of 10 game for me. I do not care what anybody thinks. It is so far from being the worst superhero game ever made. By any means, it is not that. It's obviously not the best, and I wouldn't even consider it a part of the upper echelon of superhero games, but again, it's a decent time. If you got it on sale, I'm sure you would have had plenty of fun with it. The story was pretty cool. I love the intrigue and the mystery with the Court of Owls, and then seeing the League of Assassins being involved as well. That opening 20 minutes with Batman was so cool. And some of the customization, the alternate suits that you can unlock, some of the gear that's in there, I thought it was kind of fun. Honestly, I didn't really mind this game too much. But there are some people out there, many people in fact, who did mind this game very much and honestly didn't really like it. And that's totally fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But what we must acknowledge is that apparently Gotham Knights did pretty decent sales-wise for WB Games. People have noticed earlier this year that somebody put out a post on LinkedIn. They're the senior brand manager of brand marketing working at Warner Bros. Discovery. And amongst their list of accomplishments, they mentioned that they implemented strategic priorities for Back 4 Blood and Gotham Knights to deliver back-to-back top 20 games of the year measured by revenue and achieving WB sales goals. The very key point to make there is that apparently these games both achieved WB's sales goals. What that usually means is that they sold per what they were expected to sell by WB Games, and that could mean something good for both of them. I mean, there's been rumors floating around now that Back 4 Blood could be getting a sequel that's currently in development, and of course with this SteamDB page update right now for Gotham Knights, people are suspecting that a DLC drop could be right around the corner. Some people are even hoping that maybe this could mean that we could get a stable 60 FPS on PC or even a 60 FPS patch on console. That would be amazing if that's the case, although it sounds like from what they said when they originally announced that it was 30 FPS on console, that may never happen. And of course, in the fantasy land of it all, I would love to see them make Batman playable in Gotham Knights. I understand that the idea of the game was that we get to play as Batman's proteges, but we all want the opportunity to play as the man himself. We really wanted get the opportunity after that opening cutscene, because that was such a cool cutscene. Plus, I should mention that a while back, people found in the in-game files a screenshot of Two-Face. They also found that screenshot of Starro, and Starro ended up being confirmed for the first Heroic Assault DLC. So who knows, maybe all this stuff being added to the SteamDB page could mean that a Two-Face DLC is coming soon. I'd imagine something like that wouldn't be too labor intensive. You know, you're not gonna have this huge boss fight against Two-Face, so it might just be an appearance from the character and you face off against some of his henchmen. I'm still not gonna get my hopes up though, because the last time that this happened, it was just a small content update that featured some of the same stuff that we already experienced within the base game. So I'm not gonna go into this telling you, you know, DLC is happening. It's confirmed, because we could just be getting something as small as a patch to the game that fixes some bugs, or we could be getting something that's just to the extent of recycled content that's repurposed for something like a 4-player experience. My fingers are crossed though, and I will for sure keep you guys updated if by some miracle there's a new DLC that's added to Gotham Knights, as unlikely as that may seem. But with that being said, sound off with your thoughts in the comments below. Are you looking forward to some potential DLC being added to Gotham Knights, or are you pretty much done with the game? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.